Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your motivational speaker, trainer and head coach from Live, Love, Give. And today's one is all about trust, and ideally this is trust built within the self and with others. So the reason why I wanted to bring this one to you is that ultimately we don't even realize that how we operate in our daily lives is actually the quickest pathway to actually killing trust. And ultimately that's what I want to dive in with you right now about. And also it might be a reminder, it might be, just kind of a wake-up call, because I want you to treat your daily actions as really powerful in the whole scheme of things. So in terms of our relationships with others and in terms of our trust within ourselves, we really ultimately need to get this. And that really is that, so many of us are not having alignment between our commitments and our intentions. We're committing to a whole bunch of stuff that we have zero intention of actually following through on. And ultimately what we're doing when we make those commitments is we're handballing the responsibility that we know deep down we don't want to do this thing, but we're handballing it to our future self and letting them deal with it. But at the end of the day, if you recognize this pattern within yourself, that you are committing to things and then you're not following through, you're coming up with some excuse, or you're just changing the time or the date, and ultimately what this does is it might not seem like much on the surface level. You're like, yeah, well, I don't feel like it. Or yeah, well, I just changed my mind. Or yeah, well, they don't care. It doesn't really matter. But ultimately, this is so important. This is so powerful because you don't know the damage that you're doing, even though you have best intentions. You want to make everybody happy. You want to commit to the things you think you should do. And ultimately, you're always buying out of that. You're always finding some way out, and you're committing to all these things. And ultimately, you know what that does? You know what that does to your soul when you actually commit to things that you have zero intention of following through on? Or you might have, I think I should do this thing, so I'll commit to it. And then you don't follow through on your word. You don't have the integrity with self. Then ultimately, you are doing so much damage to your belief and trust within yourself. And you know what? That is the foundational piece to getting ahead in life, to uncovering who we really are and coming forward with clarity, certainty, and conviction about who we are and where we're going. Because ultimately, you're distrusting anything that you're coming up with or saying and speaking into the external world because you're not following through. And ultimately, obviously, you are killing the trust that you're trying to establish in your relationships, which is obviously foundational to creating anything kind of extraordinary with any other person. When you commit to something but your commitments aren't in alignment with your intentions and definitely not with your actions. And so that's really what I wanted to just remind you guys of, because I know myself included, like the amount of times that I've done that's so the story of my past self, in terms of wanting to keep my options open and being excited about all the different opportunities and possibilities, and not having any sort of filter as to, what things I should say yes to and no to. And then ultimately coupled with being a people pleaser, and you just want to keep everybody happy. Yes, of course, I'll be there, I'll do that. And ultimately you find, you dramatize it because you deep down don't want to do it, but you're like handballing it to that future self. And then the time gets closer and closer, and you're feeling like you're dragging on, like you're low on energy. You really don't want to do that thing. And you know what happens? Last minute, you finally have the courage to say, you know what? I don't want to do that thing. And you might come up with some sort of excuse, or maybe you tell the truth or whatever it is, but at the end of the day, you've put yourself through that. You put yourself through the torment, and you haven't followed through with your past self's commitments, and therefore you diminish your integrity with yourself. Therefore, your trust and value in yourself, and ultimately other people don't feel like they can rely on you either. And ultimately you're killing any sort of trust, the foundational element of relationship, to self and to others. So it's really important. So I'm hoping that this message has just reminded you, okay, am I being a people pleaser? Am I not thinking things through? Am I not having integrity with myself and with others? Are my commitments out of alignment with my real intentions? And ultimately, I have to take ownership of this if I want to move forward to a new level of my potential and grow. And you're not going to get to that next level if you don't have trust within yourself, because ultimately, whenever we're faced with change, whenever we have to get outside of our comfort zone, the thing that stops us in our tracks is that we're not trusting in our ability to figure things out. And because we don't have that trust within ourselves, we make up all sorts of excuses to play life small. And I know it sounds like it's such a small thing to just like, oh, you made that commitment to go to dinner with that friend or visit that relative or whatever it is. I know it sounds really small, but I'm telling you, if you don't have integrity with yourself and others over these small commitments, they stack and they totally diminish your trust within yourself, which ultimately feeds into you not getting outside of your comfort zone because you don't trust yourself. And it's those small things. If you can have integrity with yourself, you trust yourself, you listen more innately to your inner wisdom, and ultimately you follow in the direction of your true calling and purpose and everything meaningful to you. And I'm telling you, it's just those small things that make the difference, whether you go for it, whether you don't. And so that is it from me today, guys. I am feeling like, I'm hoping this video isn't too low energy, because I've had a crazy morning with so many back-to-back calls. So my voice is so strained. So I'm hoping that it was still a valuable message to you guys out there. I can't see who joins me, and I hate that change on Facebook, because I love saying hi to you. So if you have joined and you'd love to say hi, make sure that you drop a hi below or a comment or a question. That's when I'll engage with it right here, right now. But that really is my message. And I've got Letty. Hi, Vanessa, from South Africa. Awesome, Letty. And I think I'm talking with you on Wednesday my time. So I can't wait to meet you and connect with you. And I love that this message resonated with you. And that is it. I don't think I've got any more comments today. It's weird. So weird, and I feel like de-energized by it, but that's all right. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you guys who've been able to join me today. I hope this message was of value, hope it resonated, and I am sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today, day or night. I hope it's absolutely amazing. And I've got Rashed. Thanks for this value lesson. Since I've listened to your advice, have learned so much. I translate in Netherlands. Wow, that is so awesome. And Rashed, I'm super grateful as always to have you join me. And I'm so grateful that you're learning from these videos. That really touches my heart and inspires me. So thank you so much. And that's it from me today, guys. Sending you all of my love, and I will see you guys tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments or any ideas as to topics you'd love for me to touch into, definitely drop me a comment or send me a message. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.